Hello all. So here in California in the US, where the big drought has been taking place, we actually had a September rain. That almost never happens in the history of California. We got 0.1 inches of rain. As it started to rain, the drops were huge and began to evaporate because of the hot pavement and everything. It's been so hot here. So it sprinkled all night. We got 0.10 inches of rain. And then we're expecting another front coming in within an hour or two. Much bigger rain. This never happens in September. The cause is because of El Nino, apparently. So California, you better be prepared for a huge amount of rain. But that's not what I'm here for. I wanted to update on the world politics. What's happening around the world? There are two major places where politics is playing out. And one of them is here in the US. So let's talk about Hillary Clinton. And here comes the mosquitoes because we're in Studio 7. Her support is plunging. Thank goodness. She has a whole bunch of baggage, was part of the neocons, part of the war industrial complex. So Bernie Sanders is coming very quickly up in the polls, but there's a problem with Bernie Sanders. So the unfortunate thing about Bernie Sanders is that he's another wolf in sheep's clothing. And this is what I mean. This is the same thing that Obama did when everybody had all this hope for Obama being something different here in the US. Yesterday, Bernie Sanders went over to Liberty University of Lynchburg, Virginia, the most right-wing, horrible state in the Union, and started throwing out fundamental Bible quotes to the people over there. These Bible quotes came from the Old Testament. Boy, that should tell you everything. So if you think Bernie Sanders is a wonderful person, you better start to look at who he really is before we end up voting him into office somehow. So over in the UK, the Queen's government, Jeremy Corbyn, of course, is now the new Labour leader, and people don't understand him either. They think he is this wonderful person, but he's also another wolf in sheep's clothing. In his cabinet, he's including Blairites. Yeah, war-mongering Blairites. So he's just going to do the same thing. Don't think anything differently. The World Socialist website has a very good article on him, and also on Bernie Sanders. I suggest you go read those if you can find them still. Unfortunately, the U.S. has been at war my entire life, over 60 years of war, and it doesn't look like they'll be out of war in my lifetime. So that'll be close to probably a 80, 90-year-old spent of nothing but continuous war. And they keep throwing up these wolves in sheep clothing, and the sheep'll just keep buying it. I don't understand it. Look up your candidates. Don't just take somebody's word for it and just say, oh, that's the most comfortable way to do it, is just say anything and they'll believe it. So I'll keep you posted on these two candidates and what they're doing, but don't expect much, unfortunately. As you know, I've been having lots of technical problems. They haven't stopped. That's why I'm not using the microphone or anything, seeing if I can get the video to work a little bit better. So, until next time. So, here's the ground. And as you can see, it's dry. When you're in a drought, even the first couple rains don't even make a dent.